So I think, you know what we're going to do? We're going to start with your stuff first. Yeah? And then I'll do my stuff after. You know what I mean? You're a special guest and you're the most important. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do. Children, the time is now to stand up and face reality and take your own destiny. For most high, alright, we're live on that one. I'm going to switch that camera on and then we're going to get cracking. But this one is the main camera, to be honest. Because that one's the one that the content is going to be made. You get me? Like, this is just for right now. You know what I mean? Like, look, they've done everything. They've got the TikTok, they've got the Facebook, they've got the YouTube. But that one, Facebook is definitely on. And the FM is YouTube. Alright, so let me play this tune and then we're going to go on air.
You said about the mic, but we both going to share the same mic.
Yeah, that's a good question. Without silence.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mamas and papas. I tell you right now what's it's tonight. They call me international man, hurry up in the building tonight, just so you know. You're very high boy, good boy, blessed boy, fat machine. AKA right Terminator. They all say you're probably here tonight. Permit me to introduce to you the most powerful prophet on earth with a heart of gold and charity. Talking about one of the high priests of the order of Melchizedek, the Meta-Science final boss, the Meta-Science CEO, the Meta-Science captain, the El Duce, the running, defending heavyweight microphone champion of the world. We're talking about.
Oops.
Passing down the CEO, the grand husband of Meta-Science Ministry, Amon L. Let me hear you say Meta. I say he's here today to give us a powerful gift from heaven. A gift that has made men mighty, a gift that has made men strong, a gift of victory, a gift of revolution, a gift of freedom, and a gift that will make you a champion. We are talking about the prophet, especially sent by God, a prophet ahead of his time, the chosen one sent from God to bring the revolution to the end. We're talking about the chosen one sent from God to come and conquer, become a champion, and give victory for the children of. Oh yeah, I can see that angle back there. Looks good.
Without silence.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mamas and papas. I say you know what I mean tonight. They call me international man, hurry up in the building tonight, just so you know. You're very high boy, good boy, blessed boy, fat machine, AKA right Terminator. They all say you're probably here tonight. Permit me to introduce to you the most powerful prophet on earth with a heart of gold and charity. We're talking about one of the high priests of the order of Melchizedek, the Meta-Science final boss, the Meta-Science CEO, the Meta-Science captain, the El Duce, the running, defending heavyweight microphone champion of the world. We're talking about that person down the CEO, the grand husband of Meta-Science Ministry, Amon L. Let me hear you say Meta. I say he's here today to give us a powerful gift from heaven, a gift that has made men mighty, a gift that has made men strong, a gift of victory, a gift of revolution, a gift of freedom, and a gift that will make you a champion. We are talking about the prophet, especially sent by God, a prophet ahead of his time, the chosen one sent from God to bring the revolution to the end. We're talking about the chosen one sent from God to come and conquer, become a champion, and give victory to the children of the Lord.
microphone on, yeah?
Mic check 1 2, mental science. Let me check. Mic check 1 2. Hold on.
Alright, you don't know it's on the track. I got my LG serious. Yeah, about to drop some conscious on this track. Alright, let's do it. 1 2 3, let's go. Living life as more. My attention is not important. Whether it's the money or it gets, I'm more invested. Disagreeable thoughts. Draw myself from being bliss. I'm living absolute truth. Frequencies out of this one. I'm recorded in this vocal battle. I see it. And they're ready to shoot. But my soul is forever bulletproof. Police break into my car. While they handcuff me and search for the loot. My spirit is diverting off God's route. I'm a free man. I obey God's law. I don't follow any statutes. Eternal being.
Right, in real life, yeah.
And I've always been the one to try and, if someone I'm around is moving in a certain direction, let's do something positive, where I went a certain direction by people's guidance, management, that really I think probably shouldn't have done that. But that was just because more like, you know, people were trying to make them wifey rhythm commercial type tunes and that.
Yeah.
Early, in the grime times, probably like 20.
So then, what? So you don't have any UK rappers that you can rate? Like, doesn't matter which era.
Well, all right. Are we talking grime and rap?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to
Sorry.
hyper categorize it too much.
All right. We're talking about grime and rappers, top 5. Let's go.
Like I said before, Gets. I like Skepta.
Why do you like Skepta?
I was inspired by Skepta. I'll tell you why.
Is it because he's a producer?
I wasn't thinking that, but that's a good point. Yeah, that would add into it as well.
Yeah.
I saw Skepta performing in Malia in 2009, and no one knew who he was except for me and my mates in some club. There was
really?
Probably like the size of this room, and like it wasn't Ram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you saw him when he was on the come up?
On the come up.
Like,
we were
my
fans.
days.
Me and my friends, we were fans of him. Yeah. Years later, when I see him smashing it in America, and he brought out Konnichiwa, that album.
Yeah.
For me, I'd seen the journey, so I was like, you can't not be inspired by that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do like his music as well. It's not just that.
Or conscious grime artists.
Conscious grime artist.
Yeah. So that's 3.
To be honest, I wouldn't say these are in order either. They're just what's coming to mind.
In there.
Because like I said, I go in and out of touch with the music scene sometimes. I said Gets, I said Skepta, I said Jeremy. Like I said, Doc Rotten as well, but that was more for his production, to be honest. I think he goes hard when he spits, especially when he's going doing them war dubs and that. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Let me name one more. I used to be a big fan of Wretch.
Okay, yeah.
In that same time when I was a fan of Gets, like that was they inspired me back then.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I've been through a lot of different eras in my journey as a fan, actually, rather than even as an artist. Like I'll go through, say, a year of just listening to one artist, learning all about their discography, and then I'll move on to someone else. So it's hard to say who my favorites are, man.
No, I hear that.
I could probably speak on quite a lot of artists. I was like in different times.
No, I hear that still. I mean, what about revolutionary rappers? What are you of this category?
Yeah. So I rate Mufri right now.
Okay.
Shout
out to Mufri.
Yeah.
I'm still doing little opens and still in the bar scene and that. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not saying that we didn't have ups and downs and that. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it 100. But like, it's glad that we're able to reunite for a common cause and be able to smash this thing. Because at the end of the day, like what we said, we're at a time, dude, that it's no longer by yourself. It's a community thing. Do you have anything to say on that, bro?
I mean, there wasn't really a question, was there? But like to elaborate, I believe what you're saying is true about artists need, not even artists, people need each other. You can't just go on your own and do certain things, especially when we're supposed to unite for a certain cause. And that's why we can always, what's the word? We can always, what's the word? Negotiate. Well, not negotiate. If we've got a problem, we can talk it out, you know what I'm saying? There's no need to have beef with fellow artists, you know?
Well,
Are we still live?
yeah, we're still live on that one.
Okay.
And on the FM. This one, I don't know what's going on.
I was wondering why you put the fan on.
No, because that camera is overheated. It needs to cool down.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the meta science is hot content right now. Anyway, yeah. In terms of like what we're saying about our relationship, like, yeah, like we've done a couple of shows, we've done one project, and like I would like to do a project with you again, but it has to be like, you know, it has to make sense in terms of like why we're doing it,
yeah.
the campaign, who's like how we're gonna achieve our goals and that, you know what I mean? But I want to talk about the freedom movement.
Okay.
Like, why do you think the freedom movement is not as potent and as powerful? Or do you think it's gonna come back because of the times we're in right now?
You know what it is? When all this stuff happened, it was because of lockdown. Yeah. People got fed up and they wanted to go outside. So when there was a march for lockdown, everybody had a reason to come out and unite. When it all got let off and everyone could go back to work and go back to doing whatever they were doing, that's what they'd rather be doing, really.
Oh, okay.
That's the short answer, really. I don't, you know, there's no threat right now. Obviously now there's all this talk of war, right? So it does feel like something could be on the horizon, but we don't quite know what's going to happen yet. They might start trying to draft people into the army and whatnot, or create some sort of propaganda to get everybody to stay indoors or join the army. Either one. I don't know what's going to happen, but only when there's going to be some sort of urgent action where they're trying to force us to do something. That's when those sorts of things happen. That's when people start to think, nah, and they want to stand up. They're not just gonna, I don't know, or even me, I don't want to just go out and protest for no reason. You know what I mean? I rate the ones that carried on trying to raise awareness though, of like the 2030 agenda and all that stuff. Some of these lot are still active doing that. So yeah, man, just
like who's active doing that? Like I don't see anything really happening. The only thing I'm seeing happening is the Gaza or Palestine.
Monty and Nacho are doing it.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're doing it, yeah. No, for real.
They're actually putting in the work. So
but they were at a time, yeah, that's what we're saying. There was happened to, why ain't people on that when the time right now is like we're suffering? We've got all this grooming gangs going on in the country, yeah, and the government is don't give a F about it. They're even making excuses why not to get involved and looking inside these cases because they know that they're entangled with it. You see what we're saying? But the people are just being quiet. I don't want to get involved.
no, I think there are people that are making noise about that. I've seen it, but you know what it is. In fact, I'm glad you brought this up. To be honest, I didn't think I'd be the ones who actually start talking about this one publicly, but it is what it is. Our big people up that are standing up against these need to cut through. Most people, a lot of people will just listen to your stuff on their phone. So you've got, as an engineer, you have to actually take that into consideration.
Oh,
So
really?
I've asked ChatGPT a few questions and it gives me the exact frequencies I need to be tweaking. So what I think, the same with everything with this AI stuff, humans have to stay in control of the AI. They can't let the AI control them. I think that's the battle that people are going to face in the future.
What, that the AI controls them, not them in control of AI?
Yeah.
I mean, look. High Priest Montel's got cousins, he's got family members, he's got friends. You know what I mean? But I was saying, yeah, man, but you need to get that AI, dude. But you need to be in with the times. But you're gonna be left. You're gonna be left behind, man, because they use the example of the internet. Yeah, in fact, back in the day, yeah, you had the internet. That was like it was a baby. It was not threatening. It was primitive. It didn't have no purpose really in the 80s, in the 90s. And
it's always been like a bit of a Wild West situation because anyone can go on the internet and do anything they want. You can create a website about anything.
No, of course you can create a website of anything. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is, like, people are saying that you have to integrate yourself with the technology. You have to integrate yourself with the AI. But I believe people are just not buying it. You know what I mean? Look, okay, the biggest artists, people like Snoop Dogg, people like Drake, people like The Weeknd, they're using AI to promote and campaign for their projects. And, you know, like, okay, there's no one's saying it's amazing. People can see through it that it's AI. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like there's certain programs that you can use to create like music videos to tell the story of your tracks. Like, I feel that it can never be actually you, the person, in the video. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
for example, they create a clone, like an AI clone of you, yeah, of us, yeah, and they use that clone, yeah, to create the video. You know what I mean? Like, even like animation, yeah, like in terms of like cartoons and CGI, there's still that human element of design. You see what I'm saying? Like what you said, that you have to be in control of the artificial intelligence, not let the artificial intelligence dictate what you need to do. It's like the Chat GPT. You ask Chat GPT certain questions that you've already figured out. You know what I mean? But you want to see what their point of view is. You know what I mean? And you realize, even I got a story. When I asked Chat GPT, yeah, to give me racist jokes, Chat GPT said, I cannot do that, dude, because I'm gonna get in trouble. So I went to the other AI tool. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the Chinese one. And I asked the same question, and the AI tool said, "Sorry, me don't speak English." You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's limited. It's restricted. It cannot go beyond what it's been programmed to at this present moment of time. You get me? So if you ask it to for funny jokes, it's not going to give you funny jokes. It's going to give you them stale, dry, stagnant jokes. But you know what? I feel that AI has ruined music, to be honest.
AI has ruined music.
Yes.
I think technology has ruined music or changed music. Because now, like I said about the attention span, people don't, like, I remember when I used to buy people's albums in the case with the artwork and listen to it back to front. And now you're just checking it on Spotify, man, and it's disposable. Yeah.
Disposable music.
It's not the same thing. Like, even
you
when
don't even listen to it twice.
Even when I go on Spotify, I open it on my phone here when I go to gym. And I struggle to think of what I actually want to listen to because it's just not the same.
What vibes?
It's not the same vibes anymore. I remember when I used to have a Walkman and put a CD in the Walkman with headphones.
Oh, wow.
That was
you come from that era, yeah? What tape or CD?
CD.
Oh, okay. So the Discman. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you got to remember, music started off with live instruments, yeah? Okay. Then from live instruments, it got amplified, yeah, with like equipment, you know what I mean? AV equipment.
from that's when they started creating vinyls, records, and now it can be carried. The music became portable. You get me? Before you had to go and see the person, see the artist, see the band live. That was the only way you're gonna hear the music. You know what I mean? And then they had the record. They launched the record label. Yeah, and then to be honest, the record label made the most money because that's when they can distribute it globally. You know what I mean? All at one time. You know what I mean? And then from there, we got the digital downloads, and that's when everything went south because the Napster thing, the LimeWire, where you can get bootleg copies, and then the artists couldn't make money anymore from their music because obviously, who's paying to £20 when you can get it for free? And it's the same thing. It's not indifferent. It's even back in the day, many people did it with the LimeWire. You know what I mean? Even when I went to the shop and I think I was about 7, 8 in Curry's or PC World, and I asked them, where can I download music? And they told me straight in the shop, this is where you download it, LimeWire. You know what I mean? And me as an 8-year-old on the laptop, or not the laptop, the big computer at them times, just downloading bare tunes and that, and even downloading for mum, and then recording it and putting it on tape. You get me? For the car, because at that time you didn't have an MP3 player for the car. You know what I mean? The cars were still using tapes. You were lucky even to get a CD. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying with the AI, have you incorporated it with your music on a level?
Yeah, like I just told you, didn't I? When I'm mixing a certain beat.
What? So you have a program, an algorithm that will do it itself?
No.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
No, I'm not doing that, bro. I just mean I asked ChatGPT a couple of questions about frequencies.
Okay. Yeah, but that's just like
It's still me doing
that's just you getting like revision, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's just revision. That's not really you've got now it's like, for example, you can now use an algorithm to master your tunes. You don't need to go to Abbey Road.
Yeah, I have seen that actually.
You know what I mean?
You can sign
Lando or something.
Yeah, that's the one, Lando. I haven't done that. I've never done that. I always mix and master my own tunes.
Why do you master your own tunes?
Because
why don't you go to someone to master it?
Because it's my song and it has to hit every sonical angle that I want it to hit.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I don't feel like it's what it's supposed to be.
So what is your baby? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And even people don't understand. Yeah.
God.
From the production to what I'm saying to the soundscape of it all. Like for me, it's not about me trying to say I have the best bars or nothing. I have good bars, yeah. But when you're hearing my song, it's also about the sonical frequencies it's hitting, the way things are planned. Like every little thing, it's like a painting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a painting that I have created, and it has to be how I want it to be. If I'm giving it to someone else to mix it and master it, and they're going to change it because, oh no, but Spotify wants it to be in this kind of way. No, I don't care. Even if I'm bending the rules slightly of the expectation of an engineer, I don't care, bro, because I'm not doing this to try and be correct about everything. It's art. Music is art. So I produce and create from an unapologetic creative.
Unapologetic, you know.
Yeah, creatively, somewhere it's gonna push a boundary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you don't want it to sound like industry. You just want it to sound like you.
I want it to
like
sound
your
good.
soul.
Like it's quality. Like it's quality mixes and that. It's not sounding like it's produced out of a potato or nothing. But it's me. It's got to come with a conviction of everything.
No, I hear that still. I mean, yeah, that justifies what you're saying, you know what I mean? But I'm always like when I mix and master, like I've got one guy, yeah, and I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just gonna say, yeah, he's a guy, yeah, he's European and that, you know what I mean? Like, and he's a good sound engineer. You get me? Like some people, they want to do it all, and it's like some people can just produce good,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people can't produce,
Yeah.
but can sound engineer. You know what I mean? They can make this the sounds come out and sound brighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they cannot make beats.
Yeah.
They don't have that creativity. Yeah, to like impact the music scene, but they can do their job in terms of getting it to creating the master.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I personally go to Abbey Road Studios and get my tunes mastered because I'm someone that is fussy and I just want the best. You get me? And the best is Abbey Road. There's no one better than that. And especially because it's UK. You know what I mean? I'm patriot to my country. So I want to support my country. You know what I mean? I could go to America and do it, but no. I want to go Abbey Road. I don't care about the price. I just know no one can do better than that. You know what I mean? But let's move on. Yeah. Let me, because I wanted to play a tune, but I can't because I can't find the aux. You know what I mean? I've only got my USB. I never asked you to bring the USB because I thought I was going to be able to sort it out. You know what I mean? But I wanted to ask you a question, but I want to make sure that camera's on before I ask these questions. Because these ones are very relative. But anyway, shout out to the people
Can I
at
ask you a quick
YouTube.
question? You see this
on.
this live stream here? Is that live on Facebook?
Yeah,
So can I watch that afterwards?
yeah,
Oh, sick. Cool.
Yeah,
'Cause I like this angle. Yeah, that's a good angle.
yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So yeah, like we managed to get it done. We still got enough time. You know what I mean? I've only got like a couple of questions to ask you, like maybe one or two.
Fire away, bro.
You know what I mean? And it's been a good fight.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we made sure, you get me, like we didn't cross no boundaries. We're having a good time. You know what I mean? We're teaching the people. We're letting them. We're telling our story.
Yeah.
And like what we said, we're trying to build a community. We're trying to build a audience. We're trying to build our tribes because I'll say the peak of the freedom movement. 1 second.
Okay. Shout out to everybody on Facebook.
Yeah. All right, dude. Yeah, now, the peak of the freedom movement, dude, was when it was lockdown, when we were in Shepherd's Bush, and when everybody was standing their ground in Shepherd's Bush Green, High Priest Someone Else's hometown. That's when High Priest Someone Else was feeling the freedom movement, guys, because we were united and we were strong and we didn't fear the Babylon. We didn't fear the law enforcement officers. We didn't fear the draconian laws. However, guys, what happened was that people had bad experiences in the freedom movement. People lost their kids. People got sectioned. And as a result, the freedom movement or lockdown disintegrated. And people got a phobia of having human rights. Because when you have one bad trip, dude, if you're taking drugs, you don't want to have that bad trip again. And people had bad trips in the freedom movement. But we're out here because we are the chosen ones, guys. Do you understand? We're out here because we have to make this happen. And there's no other way forward in making it happen by uniting, guys, and being able to come for one common cause, to take back our country and to be free man on the land, dude. So I'm going to tell you something, buddy. Let me tell you something, buddy. What do you think can bring us back together? What do you think is going to make us be able to unite one last time? One last time, man.
You're talking about the freedom movement.
The freedom movement, bro. Because I miss all of you guys. And it's not like we're enemies. It's just like we're doing our own thing. But we can come back.
I'll be honest with you, yeah, it's when there's a like I said earlier, when they start forcing us to lock down or to do something or to somehow lean on our rights and stuff, that's when people will rise up again. But at the moment, they're not doing that.
Yeah, because people are selective with their causes, brother.
They're doing a freedom party, you know. You should check it out. It's Monty's birthday.
But no one invited me, brother.
I think it's a public thing.
Like I said, I don't know about it. You get me? It's not like I'm not looking for it purposely, actively. But like what we said, we're all connected. We all know each other.
Well, I know what you're saying. You want to know when it's going to be like how it was.
Yeah.
In time. Well,
Like
I
every
said,
week there was a protest.
Yeah.
Every
well,
week
people
we had the
don't-
Freedom
people
Jam.
People don't feel threatened right now. When it's locked down or when they're trying to push these experiments on us and that's when people, you kind of have to do something about it. At the moment, everyone can kind of just go about their life. There's no pressure right now. There's no pressure being put on us.
Yeah, but the cost of living. People are
Yeah,
homeless.
well, you know what? Yeah, the cost of living, but people have to then deal with that. They ain't got time to do anything.
Okay, the only people that are revolutionary right now in the United Kingdom is Northern Ireland with these grooming gangs. They're fighting and they're still fighting and they're saying they don't want them anymore. You get me? Why the UK people like this? Or why the mainland?
There are people in the UK who are fighting that. There are. Not in London. Well, not as far as I know anyway.
Well, not as bad as Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland are actually mashing up the place.
I mean, to be honest, I don't even really know what's going on. I've heard about people fighting against this stuff, and fair enough, you would.
And this is not to do with Muslim grooming gangs. This is to do with Romanian grooming gangs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they're
oh,
more
you know what? I did hear about this actually in Ireland.
Yeah.
Like one thing, someone got raped in it, and then.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the Irish have got that warrior spirit. I'm Irish. I get it.
That's how he gets.
Yeah, like I need to. I've never been to Ireland, man. It's sad, but my nan's Irish, and I have a background there, but I've never been there.
I see.
But the Irish have the warrior spirit, bro.
Yeah, because they're like the original Celtics.
Yeah.
The original indigenous people of the land.
Yeah, trust me.
You know what I mean? But yeah, okay. All right, let me ask you this question. What do you think about this idea of this revolutionary rap playlist on Spotify and other platforms, maybe Apple, YouTube?
The one you made?
Yeah, the one I made. What do you think about it? I mean, I don't expect you like to have seen it all, but like, I mean, the concept. What do you think of the concept?
Yeah, big up you for making that, because it's a good look. I haven't listened. I checked it and I see there's loads of stuff on it. So it's needed.
Because
there needs to be. I get what you're saying. Like there does need to be more or a new wave of DJs, producers, artists. There is the wave, but we're still under the radar.
Yeah,
like
but
to some people, I'm like their favorite artist, and to most people, they've never heard of me in their life. So it shows where we're at in this current thing. You know, it's like within our bubble, we have a scene and it's good.
Yeah.
Like we're doing this. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we're saying.
We're not talking to nobody. People are going to see this.
Yeah, you know, of course they're going to see this.
But you want this thing to be on that vast scale of like when we're a fan of, like you said earlier, Kendrick or whoever it is that's on them. Like I don't know how we get to them levels other than just keep on doing stuff over time, and who knows.
Well, look, like the biggest artists in UK right now, even today, like on DJ AG online, you get me? It's all a collective, right? It's not just one. There's many, you know what I mean, on the lineup, on the set, and that's what we're saying. It's a collective right now. We cannot make music for you guys if you don't support us, and the vice versa. We need you more than you need us. Do you understand, my brothers and sisters? And we're doing this for love. You get me? We're putting our blood, sweat, and tears, dude, into the music we make for you. We want to make sure that you feel good energy, and you be able to unlock your DNA into a higher dimension, and be aware of what's going on, especially how the earth is changing and shifting. And like what we said, waiting for the Messiah, waiting for Yeshua Yamashiach, Jesus Christ, in terms of the Hebrew, to come here, or like what we said, waiting for the Messiah, because everybody's waiting for the Messiah right now with the wars going on in Iran and in Israel, and right now, you get me? We're not going to go deep into that rabbit hole, but everybody know what time it is. It says it in Revelations, you know what I mean? And it's a wonderful time to be doing revolutionary music, because it has an impact and it has purpose for the people that are fighting for his planet and fighting for true justice and righteousness. So I think the last question I'll ask you, is what do you think of of High Priest and Meta Science?
What do I think of High
Yeah.
Priest and Meta Science?
Yeah.
I think High Priest is a very unapologetic artist. And you're raw to the core, so pick up yourself for doing that. And you're a one-man army.
No, I hear that. I am a one man army because no one is on my frequency, no one's on my wave, no one is fearless like me to be out here in these streets putting their life on the line. You know what I mean?
You know
For love.
what? You are fearless, but you know what I'll say to you, bro, is that you don't have to always be so. Sometimes you do just have to take care of yourself, bro. You haven't always got to be in the firing line of everything. Yeah,
But who else is gonna do it?
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who
but
else
what
is
it
gonna do it, bro?
you know what it is. And all right, let me give you an example. Yeah?
Go on.
You see, me and Inspector Veg have like a back and forth. We have had back and forth beefs over the time.
Yeah,
We've known
yeah.
each other. So he explains it like, yeah, Ryan Sanders had the baton for the conscious scene, yeah. And it's true, I was doing it consistently for like a couple years, dropping tracks all the time. But at some point, you need to put your weapons down and have a rest. Do you know what I'm saying? And it just so happened that he then went viral, and now he's that guy doing that same thing. So the way I see it is, not one man can always run with the baton. You have to sometimes pass it on and let someone else have a go, or let someone else be the one speaking. If you're constantly going for it, you're going to burn out of energy, and you're going to put a target on your back.
No, for real. I hear that.
You don't want to end up like
Like who?
anyone who's been assassinated or
Oh,
taken
okay,
out.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I know who you thought I was going to say.
Yeah. No, I hear that. No, I hear that. I mean, sometimes they say that the fame the fame can turn you crazy, or sometimes like like people like Michael Jackson, people like Madonna or Eminem. They made tunes like, oh, the fame is crazy, it's too crazy. But people are fanatics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even Dr. Dre, I think
Sorry, let me cut in here because I have a good point to make.
Go on.
There's a difference between supporters and fans. Fans are crazy, and fans will turn on you as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had some
What?
crazy
What?
fans, that hate me, that want to like send me mad long messages about how I'm this and I'm that. And I'm thinking, bro, like 6 months ago, you was like literally playing telling me how much my music has helped your life and all this stuff. It's crazy. Whereas supporters, they have more balance and they're just cool. So be careful with fans.
But why? But fans, you can have diehard fans. Like for example, we give you a good example.
I've got a few diehard fans too.
Look at Puff Daddy. He's got his diehard fans. Kanye is a diehard fan. You know what I mean? He went to see him in the courthouse last week. You get me? There's diehard fans. Same like Michael Jackson. He had his diehard fans in the courtyard. You know what I mean? When he was dealing with what he was dealing with. You get me? Like those are the kind of people, that I is looking for. That's who you call your tribe. Because those people now, they like, I'm not saying they're idolizing you, but I'm putting it out there, you know what I mean? They're spinning in the works, They I'm not saying they're idolizing you to that you're God, but but you've touched their soul, like that you've changed their life, you know what I mean? And they just adore you, you know what I mean? It's like the same like football, you get me? Like it's the same thing, innit? You know what I mean? Football, there's people that are die hard for their team, you know what I mean? That will do anything for their team and pay for season ticket, you know what I mean? Year in and year out, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, like in terms of the fans, like we're trying to do that. We're trying to make sure that our supporters and our fans are able to connect on those levels so that we can be doing stuff together, and
you know what I'd say though as well, the angle that we're coming from with our music, I've got a song called False Idols, right?
God.
So we can't become an idol to our supporters if we're coming from a certain spiritual background.
But what if it just falls into place like that?
You have to remind them.
organic,
You have to
organically.
Well, I have a song that I can always just keep sharing called False Idols. Don't look at me as an idol because I went semi-viral with AG or something like that, or you know what I'm saying? I want to be one of the people.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, yeah, and like what I do with my gifts is challenge the system of entertainment or whatever it is, because I'm not trying to be one of them. I'm one of you, but I'm just doing it in a way that is good. You know what I'm saying? I make good music, and I don't want people to put me on no pedestal.
Maybe it's if you stop caring about the
And I
music, then that's when people care about you.
So,
I mean, look. I said it one more time, guys. If you stop caring about your music, then people start caring about you. I'll give you an example. You see Nate, yeah? I reached out to Nate, online, yeah? Talking about this revolutionary rap, telling him, come true, come this reason on the Meta Science Ministries Reason and Fellowship show. And he told me that, hey dude, yeah, I appreciate you, man, but I don't do that no more. I just make music just to express my soul. In fact, I don't care about the fame. I got kids, and music is not even on my priority anymore. And I had to respect him, because at the end of the day, when I checked his history, when I went to the archives, checked YouTube, I saw that he was on it. There was a time that he was actually on it. He's been doing the thing for a very long time, more or less 20 years. You know what I mean? He's been doing this thing. You know what I mean? It's not just that one project in lockdown. That's when, you know what I mean? He made music. No, he's been doing it for a very long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think I saw him one time in one of the protests and that. But he was just by himself, and he had his music playing that We Say No. You know what I mean? He was just doing his own thing in his own little way and that. You know what I mean? But big up to Nate though, because like I said, he's a real one. You know what I mean? He's someone that he doesn't want to be idolized. He's told, man, I don't want no one to know me anymore about the music. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm ready to die for my music. I'm the opposite. Like, I'm ready for all of that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that is I and I's purpose, or the high priest someone else's purpose, to make music so that we're ready for this war or this Armageddon. You get me? The time is now, dude. The time is now. Because right now, like we said, we're in war. We're in World War III, dude. And things ain't getting better. Things are only gonna get worse. So you better get on the bandwagon of revolutionary rap and program your mind so that you're ready for the Armageddon. You're done, no Meta Science. Do you have any questions you want to ask High Priest, Ryan?
Questions, boy.
Go on. I'm ready for you.
Hey, you spun me because I come here to be asked the questions. All right. Off of what you just said, yeah. So, do you want to become like famous?
I want to fulfill my purpose. And if it means that I have to be famous, then so be it, as a byproduct. Cool.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it.
What if someone walked in here right now, yeah, with a contract and was like, right, we're gonna fulfill your purpose and we're gonna sign you for 1 million Great British pounds.
Oh, okay.
But
go on.
But you're not allowed to speak about anything that's gonna stop any agendas from falling into place. So then basically you would blow, but you would be making songs that are slightly off of what you're saying now.
Okay. That's the question, yeah, if I was signing that contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is going to be a controversial answer, and I'll sign the contract. But before I sign the contract, I'll make sure I read the contract. I'll make sure I get a lawyer to read the contract and make sure that legalese is translated into plain, straight layman's English, so I know and understand what I'm dealing with.
But the thing is, they're stopping you from saying what you're meant to be saying.
Well, to be honest, I've got the library is already there. You get me? It's not.
Oh, so it's already.
It's already like I've already got the catalogue of what.
I understand that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually did deep that at one point because with what I've put out, I've already said certain things, and I've already and then the next project is certain things I'm touching on as well. But if you've already got the catalogue there, all right. What about if they said we have to take down your stuff that you've already done?
I own my masters. You get me? So yeah,
You own it. Yeah. You own
okay.
it.
So they won't distribute it.
Yeah.
They put it this way: they're not going to distribute my catalog. They're only going to distribute what I make with them, with the record label.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You see, now the problem with the record label is, the record label, can get you the fame, can get you the exposure, can get you the listener, the audience, get you this, put you on the stage. But the problem is, dude, the record label takes your fans after they're done with you, and the contract's up. You can't connect with your fans, and all of that you've done for nothing. You see what we're saying? Whereas doing it independently, doing it DIY, you have to build your fan base. You have to collect the emails. You have to collect the numbers. You get me? Once you got your email list, once you got forget about the followers. That's garbage. You need the
It's
email.
true. Followers don't mean nothing.
You need the email.
Yeah,
When someone gives you the email, that means you got direct contact to them in their email address.
Basically, that is the key to being an independent artist, is building an email list. As uncool as it sounds, that is actually what an independent artist needs to be doing, is capturing emails, boring admin work.
Exactly, and this is where we're at. We're trying to capture emails, trying to figure out how do you do that? How do you find a way to make people aware of what's going on? I mean, or connect with you. You know what I mean? On that level, and it's like you got to have strategies, campaigns, for example, and give you some game, right? You got to build your website. Once you build your website, then you have to distribute like your merch or whatever, your music, and you have to give them offers, for them to sign up to. You know what I mean? So they have to give you in exchange for giving you their email, they get like your unreleased music. You know what I mean? Or they get a free T-shirt or something like that. Because like what we said, once you got the email, that's whenever you're dropping projects, whenever you're dropping merch, whenever you're doing shows, you can directly give it to that person so that they can see it. You know what I mean? Because they must be invested in you. They're more invested in you than a follower online. You see what we're saying? And what else can we say? Because time is running out now. I mean, where can we find you?
Instagram, I am Ryan Saunders. TikTok is the same. YouTube, just type in Ryan Saunders. I'm there. I am Ryan Saunders. That's my YouTube name, I believe. Spotify, Ryan Saunders. In fact, apparently now you can Google Ryan Saunders.
Okay, so you've got a good SEO.
But there is an MMA fighter with my name. He might come up. We're battling for the top spot on Google right now. So yeah, but if you dig, you'll find me. We haven't got to dig too far to find me, is what I'm saying.
No, I hear that still. So, any last words?
New album coming very soon. Festivals coming up very soon. And I'm dropping teasers on my Instagram or everywhere, actually. YouTube Shorts, TikTok. I'm actually quite active right now. Dropping little teasers, doing things like this with you.
Yeah.
I'm doing something with London Open TV on Thursday with you three as well.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
I'm actually active over the summer.
Okay.
And God willing, you might even see me in a little boxing match this year. We'll see.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you can do that. And 2025 will be a good year. And like what we said, in Jesus' name, we'll all blow together. We'll all get there. You know what I mean? Amen. Nice talking to you, bro.
You too, bro.
Yeah.
Nice one.
And next week we'll be back. Same time, same place, on YouTube, The Hub Live, on Facebook, and High Priest Munel signing off. You're done now, Metal Science.
Yeah.